Sky News article, Elon Musk's brain chip company Neuralink says it has won FDA approval for human trials. Yes, that's a microchip in the brain, and so they say they're going to start trialling this microchip or brain chip to be inserted in the brains of human beings. Since 1989, I've been informing people that the idea is to link up humanity, is to digitalise humanity, transhumanism. If you go onto the UK government website, you'll come up with a link, and that link will show you a Ministry of Defence document. And that's a Ministry of Defence document on the UK government website. I'll put that across the screen, and this is not some kind of conspiracy theory. This is happening, folks, and it will happen. The brain chip is coming. The US Food and Drug Administration, which had initially rejected the application, has given the company the green light several years after the tech billionaire first promised testing would begin. Elon Musk's brain chip firm Neuralink has said it has been given the go-ahead to start carrying out studies on humans. Neuralink said in a tweet on Thursday it had won the approval of the US Food and Drug Administration FDA to launch our first in-human clinical study. It represents an important first step that will one day allow our technology to help many people, it said. Really, to help many people. What about the disadvantages of this technology? They always only push the advantages, and it's great if it helps people to do certain things. Wonderful, marvellous, but I suppose then you've got to talk about the ethics of inserting microchips into the brain, okay? And God gave us a brain, yeah, to work according to his laws and his processes. This is man again inserting his own worldview, inserting his own ways and thinking of that, how the brain should be processed and work, etc. The company did not elaborate on the aims of the study or when trials will start, but said it was not recruiting yet. Mr. Musk, who last year claimed the devices were so safe he would happily use his children, I wonder if his children know that. They will one day help conditions including obesity, autism, depression and schizophrenia, as well as enabling web browsing and telepathy. Now that's a scary thing, isn't it? Web browsing and telepathy. Now that means they will be able to know what you're thinking, what's going through your mind, in order for that technology to be able to give you that ability. Now that's the scary bit. Yes, great, helps depression, helps schizophrenia, helps obesity, but where does it stop? Where are the demarcation lines? Where are the red lines, if there are going to be any red lines? And we all know as things move forward, then those red lines move further back and become more hazy, and the fog of this and the fog of that prevents those red lines being seen anymore, and it just becomes incremental steps to whatever those who claim to be the elite, decide is what's in the best interests for you. The billionaire has said Neuralink would begin human trials at least 4 times since 2019, but the company only applied for FDA approval early last year. The agency turned it down then. Major issues involved the implant's lithium battery. Yeah, can you imagine one of them leaking? Can you imagine people's heads going, you know, like car batteries? Well, it's the same kind of stuff in the battery, I don't know, but it could happen, couldn't it? Leaking in the brain, and suddenly you're next to somebody who's got an implant, and suddenly they start having, like, you know, like acid poured, but not from the outside, poured from the inside on the brain, just melt from the inside out. That would be absolutely horrific, but it'd be interesting to see, wouldn't it? All the crazy people who've offered up their arms and their hands for these jobs, they'll be straight there, won't they? Offering up their heads and their bodies to be the first to get a lithium battery injected. I've got a lithium battery. You know what I'm saying? The possibility of its wires migrating within the brain. What's that stuff they put into people now? The wired mesh or something. He said it was safe, and then all these women are having to get it taken out. You know, the stuff they use for like hernias and stuff. They always say it's safe, don't they? But later on. And whether the device could be safely removed without damaging brain tissue, and said the concerns needed to be addressed before sanctioning human trials. Neuralink, founded in 2016, has been the subject of several federal investigations. In December last year, it reportedly came under investigation for alleged animal welfare violations. In its word claims, it has denied. Where are all the animal rights protesters now, eh? Oh, but they want their microchips. A total of 1,500 animals died in 4 years, according to a report, leading to internal complaints that animal testing was being rushed, causing needless suffering and deaths. Musk increased pressure to accelerate development. Staff said leading to botched experiments that needed to be repeated. Yes, botched experiments. In one case, 25 pigs were reportedly implanted with devices that were the wrong size, with the source telling Reuters news agency this was an error that could have been avoided with more preparation. Neuralink hopes the implant it is developing will help paralysed people walk again, great stuff, and cure other neurological issues. Swiss researchers showed the potential for the technology earlier this week. A paralysed man from the Netherlands was able to walk simply by thinking about it, thanks to a system of implants which wirelessly transmits his thoughts to his legs and feet. Look, like I say, they give you the advantages, but not really the disadvantages. And this is the scary thing. You know, who has total control over this? Who will come along in the future and take total control of this? Who will start to force everybody to have a microchip implanted in the brain, in the hand? How we may all be microchipped like dogs in Big Britain. This was an article which I took a newspaper, Daily Mail or Daily Express, I think it was the end of 1999 or 98 or early 2000s. And in that it talks about how they want to have us microchipped like dogs. They started on the dogs first. Yes, I think they've got to get cats done now. They started on the dogs first, slowing steps. This technology has been discussed decades ago. This isn't something that's just come up, risen from the ashes, or has it been risen from the ashes? Because yes, it's been there for a long time. Remember the Arnold Schwarzenegger film when he had an implant inside Total Recall, I think, or Recall, something along those lines. And it's been there, folks, and they're bringing it in slowly. There's lots of articles, newspaper articles, that I've taken cuttings from over the years, whereby they want to implant dementia patients, they want to implant husbands of wives and wives, they want to implant them using the external. We can find out where they are, we can this, we can that, and that's what they use. They slowly manipulate you into believing, oh, it's all good, it's all great, but eventually, folks, you'll be hooked up transhumanism. Read the article, The Dawn of a New Paradigm, on the UK government website. UK Human Augmentation, The Dawn of a New Paradigm.